Celebrity who'll leave the US if Trump wins, Natasha Lyonne. Natasha Lyonne, whom we know from the American Pie movies and Netflix's Orange is the New Black, has a much more extreme view of where she will go if Donald Trump wins than most other celebs. She thinks she'll go crazy and be put in a mental institution, or maybe she'll just go straight to hell. Reverend Al Sharpton. The Rev. Al Sharpton is a very vocal man with a lot to say about many topics, so it's no surprise he said he'll be leaving the country if Donald Trump wins. We're sure a lot of people think that would be a good idea, but it still goes to show how strongly he feels. Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart will be the first man to colonize a different planet should Donald Trump become president. He believed that the entire Earth will be in danger if the reality star wins in the 2016 election. Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler hates Donald Trump so much, she doesn't mind publicly posting a naked picture of herself with an anti-Trump statement written on her back. She's actually done it already. Now, she says she'll move abroad if he wins. Matt Damon. If Trump wins, Matt Damon will make his role in The Martian a work of non-fiction. It's off to the red planet for the Oscar-winning actor should the GOP's candidate win the presidency this go-around. Whoopi Goldberg. The View host Whoopi Goldberg thinks that American politicians have veered off course and no longer talk about the things that are important to American citizens. She said she would be leaving the country if the Republican candidate wins. Eddie Griffin. Comedic actor Eddie Griffin is ready to move to Africa if the Donald wins. He thinks that since Trump is so openly hostile towards Mexicans, it's just a matter of time before he reveals his real view on blacks. Raven-Symoné. Raven-Symoné is not only moving to Canada if Donald Trump wins, she's super serious about moving. How serious, you ask? She has literally already bought her plane ticket to the Great White North. George Lopez. Comedian George Lopez thinks that if Donald Trump gets elected, the illegal immigration problem will solve itself. He thinks that if the Donald wins, all immigrants will just pack up and go back home. Elizabeth Moss. Mad Men's Elizabeth Moss has always wanted to live in Italy and she might just get the chance to do so starting in November. Elizabeth is not a fan of Donald Trump and she said she'll be moving to Italy should he win. Omari Hardwick. Omari Hardwick, who stars in Power on the network, will actually pack his family up and move to Italy if Donald Trump wins the general election. Chloe Sevigny. Chloe Sevigny will be taking up residence in Nova Scotia, Canada, if Donald Trump is elected president. The fact that she knows exactly where she's going is a good sign that Chloe is serious about her move. Neve Campbell. Neve Campbell grew up in Canada, Guelph, ONT, and if Donald Trump beats Hillary Clinton and takes the presidency, she might be living out the rest of her days there. We'll see what really happens if Trump wins. Cher. Cher won't be joining Matt Damon on Mars if Trump wins, it's just too close to Trump for her comfort. No. She'll be crossing the asteroid belt and going into orbit around Jupiter. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus is completely flabbergasted by the fact that Donald Trump might win, and she's very unhappy about it. She even said she would move out of the country if he won, and she doubled down on the statement by saying she doesn't say things she doesn't mean. Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson once played Donald Trump at golf, and he hasn't been a fan since. He claims that Donald cheated during their game. He told Jimmy Kimmel that if Donald wins, he's going to move to South Africa. Rosie O'Donnell. There is no love lost between Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump. They've had a feud for several years and have traded insults on national television. Rosie is heading to the Great White North, Canada, if Trump wins, and he's just fine with that. Lena Dunham. Nobody ever thought that Lena Dunham was a fan of Donald Trump. And Donald made sure to tell all of America that he thinks Lena is a B-grade actress. Lena has promised to move to Canada if Trump wins. Army Hammer. Army Hammer is serious about leaving America if Trump wins. He has a plan to move to the Caribbean and start a jet ski rental business. Now that's a man whose vote Trump will definitely not be getting. Randy Blythe. We're not sure if Lamb of God frontman, Randy Blythe, lost to gain fans by revealing his opinion of Donald Trump. But he's promised to leave America until the Donald is no longer in the Oval Office. Amber Rose. Amber Rose has no love for Trump's misogynistic views and said she would be devastated if he won the presidency of the United States. Amber said she would leave the country with her young son. Barry Diller. Barry Diller is not a fan of Donald Trump. He thinks that Donald is a self-promoting huckster who's tapped into the nastiest part of society for support. He says he'll be leaving should Donald Trump be elected.